show, the fast 5 things you need to know. We'll start your day off swirly, it's the toast. I sound amazing.
Welcome back to the toast, and happy Wednesday. That doesn't feel right. Feels like we've accomplished so much, we've done so much. Why isn't it at least Thursday?
I don't know. Feels wrong.
Except it is a day de la celebración because we're having a big merch launch and everybody got what they wanted and all the items are for sale. Jackie and I are wearing, you know, they say butter yellow is the color of the season. Have you seen them saying that?
I have seen them saying that. For me, it's a color that I love every season. Sometimes like I'll recognize there's a color that I'm liking more because everybody's wearing it and I would have never went for it before. But I love yellow all the time.
Okay, so I'm just trying to make like a marketing statement. So did you hear that butter yellow?
But I'm just trying to say that it's not limited to this
timeless.
season. It's a timeless piece because it's a beautiful color.
But did you hear that butter yellow is the color of the season? Jackie and I are extremely on trend as designers, as manufacturers, and obviously as business women. We knew butter yellow was gonna be the color of the season, so we launched a butter crew neck set. It also comes with shorts. Head to shoptoesmerch.com. Everybody's having so much fun.
And
we've got
sweatshirt.
hats, we've got phone cases, we've got totes, we've got crew necks, we've got the t-shirts.
The 3 oversized t-shirts that have sold out, but everything that's sold out is available for pre-order, and then it just goes back to the days of yore where it takes like about 6 to 8 weeks for you to get it. But if you want it, get it, because who knows, like the run on these t-shirts, my friends, like definitely you will get your t-shirt before we launch another set of t-shirts, right?
Let me tell you something about these t-shirts. I would die without these t-shirts. Like, if you're going through any sort of physical body changes, like I cannot recommend just having at least one t-shirt on standby. I actually placed an order from our own merch shop before the shirts went live because I needed 3 more. They have so buoyed me throughout this entire pregnancy, and I know they'll be buoying me all summer, like with my sexy postpartum body. Get yourself a shirt. Whether you're having a baby, you're just like struggling with your body, get a shirt.
No, but even last summer when we launched the shirt and we were being skinny, I loved the shirt when I was skinny.
So that's what I posted on my Instagram this morning because I styled it like so cute. I would never wear the shirt like that now. And I'm like, not me being so snatched in the same t-shirt that I wore 2 weeks ago on the toast, looking cute as a moose, you know?
Sisterhood of the traveling t-shirt.
These t-shirts are genuine magic.
And like you could just wear it differently, a little bike or short. We wore them all summer and we were so skinny.
Yeah, we were skinny.
We're gonna wear them this summer
and we're
gonna be less skinny.
That's a good way of putting it. I like that.
Less skinny than we were, but which of course we will be because we were so skinny. How could you be so skinny?
And you know what? We were so skinny and we spent the whole summer talking about how fat we were.
Well, yeah, like we came into the house. I feel like we're on like Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
We came into the house and we were so skinny together because we were both really working on our goals.
And we had the beacon right before, so we were like being really good.
Yeah. And then I think, you know, summer
togetherness
did its thing. And so we just assumed like, I think, yes, technically we were probably gaining a little bit of weight, but we just like thought it was so much more than it was. And I think by August, like we thought we were big fat slobs, and spoiler alert, we were still really skinny.
We were so gorgeous.
We were so beautiful.
And it's tough because we now spend like almost every summer together, and the summer starts off July 4th, Olivia's birthday, Claudia's birthday. It's like 10 days of just like, we have to eat.
Yeah.
Cake, literally. So I know. That's what I was actually thinking this morning. I was looking for this video. I wanted to make like a transition video. So I was looking for the before. So I had to scroll through all my videos. And I was like, not me thinking like in the beginning of this pregnancy, I was such a moose. I couldn't have been cuter. Like I was so cute. My face really didn't change. It did change recently. I've acknowledged that. But like it was, and you couldn't tell me shit.
I feel like there was someone who was trying to tell you that.
Yeah, Ben was real. No kidding.
I feel like there was someone, and roll the tapes.
Yeah.
There was someone who's trying to say
you
like,
couldn't tell me
beautiful, shit. And like, I didn't say like it will get worse because I didn't like you couldn't tell you that.
Right.
But like,
and I know.
But it's always a good reminder for anyone, whether you're going through this season of your life or you just like think you're fat, like you're not as fat as you think you are, and you could always be fatter.
That is so true.
It's an internal lesson.
1000%. That's really, I have chills.
And like you'll never be younger than you are right now. You think you look old, you're getting older.
Just wait.
You look super young.
Okay, I'm older.
Well,
we have a great show today. The stories are really good. I did watch The Valley and Jackie didn't, and I literally called her and I'm like, I watched the episode. I'm like, Jackie, you don't have to watch it. Like, I know you're busy with the kids. Like, seriously, it was the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. I will do like a brief recap just to tell you how dumb everyone was being.
I want you to recap it for me. I'll still try and watch at some point, but right now my schedule is not conducive to any I have no me time these days because Harry's sleeping in the bed with us. So we go to sleep together, and you know what? It's actually been good for Mom because I'm going to sleep so early. I used to, before I was pregnant, if he ever slept in my bed, like I would lay with him until he fell asleep, and then I would go out to the living room, watch TV. But I lay with him until he falls asleep, and I fall asleep too, and like I'm going to sleep at 8:45, and that's good.
No, that's good, and we're not complaining. And seriously, The Valley like was so not worth you.
But like
missing out on those
tomorrow
hours.
is Summer House, and I'm gonna work harder to carve out an hour.
Yeah, Summer House I do believe is worth the carving. The Valley, like some episodes are really good and some are not. And last night was like actually really dark.
Okay, well,
not in a good way.
Oh, okay. Well, we have some like Valley adjacent news. Fifth and final story will be some TV news that leads into the TV recap.
I don't really have much to catch you up on. Like these days, there's so little going on in my life. Like obviously, there's a lot going on in my life, but like in terms of podcast fodder, like okay, what did I do yesterday?
We had our big meeting.
We had a lunch meeting, and then I went home and collapsed, and I almost fainted at the lunch meeting. I was like so hot. I am so looking forward to not being hot anymore. Like I know the weather's about to get hotter, but I'm ready for like my temperature to re-regulate. Like I'm so, you know what? Not enough people talk about the similarities in being overweight and being pregnant. Like obviously the bigness is a huge one, but I feel like a lot of my overweight life prepared me for pregnancy things like being out of breath.
Tips and tricks.
The heat. Like when you're overweight, you're just like,
Fans aplenty.
I have a fan here, I have a fan here, and I just installed a window air conditioning unit because it wasn't cold enough in the studio. Like I feel I was as well prepared, and I also feel that way about stretch marks. I made a TikTok about this. I don't know if I've talked about this yet. You know, I haven't gotten any stretch marks.
You're on TikTok talking about stretch marks?
I said, like, one of the benefits of being like a formerly fat bitch who got pregnant is that your body isn't like, this isn't a shock to your body, the stretching. So when I gained a lot of weight, like in college, I had gotten stretch marks, and they went away over time. And then I lost weight, and now I'm like gaining weight again, and my skin is not getting stretch marks because like my skin's like we've been here before, you know, this is not new to us. And people were like, just wait, they can come in the 39th week, and some people say they come after.
I just want to say that was my experience. I didn't get stretch marks with Harry, then with Charlie, and I got like so big. I remember in like the last week or 2 weeks, like my skin started to be itchy, and like that's them like coming on.
My skin has been itchy though up until this point.
And when I gave birth, like there was really nothing, and then there was like they were faint. And then they started getting darker after I gave birth. I'm like, but I'm smaller now.
Okay, so
and the good news is it's been almost 2 years and they have almost completely gone away.
And I'm not one of those people who like lives in fear of stretch marks because I've had them before, and I really don't think that they're a big deal. People like are afraid of getting pregnant because of stretch marks. Like I just think a fun fact is that I haven't gotten a single one, but I have heard that they can come after, which is just disgusting.
I just want to say they came after and they just didn't stop. You would think it stops as soon as the stretching stops.
Right.
And that didn't happen. And then right after I gave birth, I was like, I can't be worried about this right now. And then by the time I got around to like when I would care about it, like when I was being really skinny, they were fading, and I was like, oh, and they're going to keep fading, and they have pretty much faded. So not a big deal.
Yeah, but so far, like,
but yes, they're like people who are saying that are not wrong.
I know, but just letting everyone know, like, so far, I don't have any.
I didn't have a full-length mirror in the apartment I was living in when I had Charlie, so I had no idea what I looked like.
That's for the best. I have come to the realization I have far too many mirrors in my home, and they're in like very high traffic areas. So there's one directly on the path from my bed to the bathroom, which is where I go most.
So you have to see yourself every time you go to the bathroom.
Every time I walk to the bathroom. And also I can see a little bit of myself getting out of bed, which is really fucking scary. Then there's also one right at the entrance of my kitchen.
You actually do need to get rid of some. It's not good for your mental health.
I completely agree. And when I was on Ozempic, I was like loving all the mirrors. You know, I'm like, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the snatchiest of them all? And now it's actually detrimental. It's bad for women. Like,
no, but it's also, you need to protect your postpartum self because like, at least now, like, okay, maybe you don't love how you look, but like your body.
Right. There's something beautiful happening.
It's divine. Yeah. It gets a little sadder postpartum.
Yeah.
And you need to protect turd self.
The one in my bedroom is definitely like the biggest. It's got to go.
Yeah.
No, you're 100% right.
I'll tell. Like, you need to protect for future turd.
Yeah. No, I got to look out for me.
And you don't want to do it then because it's like, wow, I can't even look in the mirror. Yeah. You're not doing, like now, right now you're fine. You could look in the mirror.
In this moment, I got to put me first. I got to put
me
first.
Just in this moment.
Just in this moment.
Only right now.
All we have is this moment.
Tomorrow's unspoken. People are like, what's that gorgeous song? I've never heard it.
Perry.
It's Katy Perry, This Moment, a song that she never released as a single, and maybe that's why she is where she is.
1,000%. I'm ready to dive in. I'm not feeling terribly out of breath, so that's good. That bodes well for the first ad break.
Yeah, and people have said, like, Jax, you have to give Claudia a break. Like, take over the ads. She won't let me. I've not even asked. I know you won't let me. I mean, you know I would love to.
You've been doing the Resort Pass ads all week, and, like, seriously, I couldn't be shoving the timer further up your face, and you're always going over the time. Like, there are a set of rules for how the ads are done. Like, if you're not going to comply, then I'm going to keep doing it.
I just want to see, like, the ROIs from this week on, like, how many people signed up for the different sponsors and, like,
given your
how
embellishments
many signed up for Resort Pass.
Well, just know during maternity leave, Jackie's in charge of all the ads. And I offered, by the way, I was like, do you want me to pre-record them? She's like, no, I got it. The episodes are going to be 2 hours long because the ad breaks are going to be an hour.
I just think they're going to be full of love and full of punch.
And full of key talking points, hopefully.
of course, the key talking points. The
So-
KTPs, but also it's probably because I don't get to do it. If I did them 6 a day like you every single day, like I would be more routine about them. But it's so special to me that I savor each one.
That's nice.
And I love our sponsors and
We
support
do
our
too.
sponsors.
Support our sponsors, and our sponsors, thank you for supporting us.
Why, thank you, sponsors.
We truly couldn't do what we do without you, and we love you dearly.
So without further ado to do, here's a message from our sponsors.
Taylor Farms, one of our favorites. I just got a big delivery of Taylor
Laird
Farm salads.
Firms.
Those are also really good for postpartum. Like I can't be making meals, you know?
No, but I do hear that they're rebranding to Laird Firms.
You heard? We actually, as ambassadors, we can neither confirm nor deny the validity of those rumors. So we've just been told to say no comment.
No comment.
Now, Taylor Farms chopped salad kits. I'm sure you've heard us talk about them. We talk about them all the time. They're one of our favorite sponsors. It's salad in a bag. And before you say like salad in a bag, you guys would never. No, you have no idea what you're missing out on. It's reinventing everything. This isn't your grandma's salad bags. Some would say they defy boring.
They defy boring.
Yeah, OG inside joke. If you don't listen to the ads, like you guys are
You
missing
guys
out.
are seriously missing out.
So Taylor Farms chopped salad kits are helping you get your salad together. They come in so many flavors like sweet kale, Caesar, avocado ranch, Mediterranean crunch. We love them. They're super fresh. They're crisp and delicious. One of the best parts of Taylor Farms is that all the ingredients are pre-washed, pre-chopped. Like it's seriously, you can eat it out of the bag, and a lot of people do. If you're like Jackie and you have like 8 sets of bowls and you want to like take a parchy picture, you can put it in a bowl. But like a lot of us are just eating it out of the bag, and that's okay. And you can make it for like a on-the-go lunch, or if you're having like a full-blown dinner party, like you don't have to make the salad. It really is versatile like that. So there's no chopping, slicing. The greens are fresh. It's super yummy. The dressing, they have toppings. Like they really get creative with the ingredients too. So mix it up and give yourself a round of applause. If I can do it, you can do it too. Grab a Taylor Farms chopped salad kit and get your salad together. Today's episode is brought to you by Hill House Home. Literally my life these days is brought to you by Hill House Home. I just had to place an order from Hill House Home, and I also heard their robes are back in stock. Just like, don't quote me on that, but everybody was waiting, and they're finally back in stock. I got new nap dresses from them. Nap dresses are, you know when Regina George says sweatpants are all that fits me right now? Nap dresses are all that fits me right now. And on Mother's Day, I texted Jackie. I'm like, what are you wearing? I just had a feeling we were going to show up in the same dress. We both were wearing Hill House Home nap dresses, but they come in so many different versatile patterns that we were wearing different ones. So Hill House Home invented the viral nap dress. It's the most flattering and comfortable fit with their signature smocking. I don't believe they were intended for pregnant or postpartum women, but let me tell you, we found them and we're not letting them go. Seriously, the best thing in my closet. Everything I get from Hill House Home. They also make pajamas. I have 2 amazing robes from them. I love their robes. They're like definitely like pregnancy essentials for me. I've really worn the nap dresses through every stage of life. Like before I got pregnant, obviously when I was trying to hide my bump, when it was all that fits me, it's really the best. Everything from there is super soft. It's perfect for really all stages of life. And don't forget Hill House Kids. They have matching items with your little ones. It's so cute. Get 15% off your first order of $100 or more at hillhousehome.com. Our code is TOAST15. Again, that's code TOAST15, TOAST15. That'll get you 15% off your first order at hillhousehome.com. One of my favorite sponsors, hands down, especially for this stage of my life. Today's episode is also brought to you by Prolon. So, do you love going out with your friends, but does all that eating and drinking take a toll? Well, when your body needs a reset, Prolon's 5-day fasting mimicking diet delivers. Now, they've upped their game with their next gen, packing the same science-backed benefits into a cleaner, more convenient, and tastier format. So Prolon, which I'm sure you've heard of, it's like loved by influencers and celebrities, is a plant-based nutrition program featuring soups, snacks, and beverages. It's designed to nourish the body while keeping it in a state of fasting. So it triggers your cellular rejuvenation and renewal. Next Gen builds on the original Prolon with 100% organic soups and teas, but it has a richer taste and ready-to-eat meals. So it's developed over decades at USC's Longevity Institute. It's backed by the top US medical centers. Prolon has been shown to support biological age reduction, metabolic health, skin appearance, fat loss, and energy. The 5-day program really can make you feel so much better, and then Next Gen can take it to the next level. So Prolon is not like any other diet you've ever done because it's not a diet. It's science. It's super convenient. They send everything you need all in one box. So when you're really craving like a real body reset, you know, you've just been like trudging through life, Prolon is the only nutrition program that really works. So to help you jumpstart a plan that delivers real results, they're offering Toast listeners an exclusive chance to be among the first to try Next Gen. It'll get you 15% off site-wide plus $40 bonus gift when you subscribe to their 5-day program. Visit prolonlife.com/toast. That's PROLONLIFE.com/toast to claim your 15% discount and your bonus gift. prolonlife.com/toast. Now, my absolutely gorgeous sister is going to dive into the first story while I go grab a tum because I'm seriously not okay.
Okay, grab a tum, but keep your ears open because I don't know if you know this, but the Sports Illustrated Swimsuit 2025 covers have been revealed.
Oh, wait.
Which is so crazy because I just saw this morning Alex Earl is in the new Sports Illustrated.
So I saw that like they were doing stuff because they announced like Alex Earl.
Yeah, I
but
saw
not a
that,
cover, right?
and I was like ready for that to be this. I was reading the story about Alex Earl in Sports Illustrated, and then I saw a mention of the cover stars, and the covers have come out
When?
yesterday.
That's not a good sign for Sports Illustrated.
And again, there are 4 covers and 4 cover stars.
We talk about this every year. Like, just choose someone.
No.
Make a decision.
And it's really hard because I do feel like the people who work at Sports Illustrated are toasters. Like they always are reaching out and like they always
want
support
us to be on
us.
the cover.
And so on the one hand, like it's like why aren't you listening when we say like please make a fucking choice and choose one person for
Do
the
you
cover?
guys remember the years where like you would get chosen and it was like that it girl of the year?
Major career.
And like I feel like because I was watching Paul American, she was talking about how that cover like launched her career. It's not like that anymore because it's all inclusive. Like we have somebody who's old, somebody who's young, somebody who's from the north, and somebody's like, it's like just choose someone.
No, they literally cover every single bucket with these 4 covers this year. It is Salma Hayek.
Okay, queen, by the way. Would have been, no, let me tell you, I just started following, actually, I don't follow her. She came up on my For You page, Salma Hayek. Have you seen her social media?
No.
It's one of the craziest fucking places on the planet. Salma Hayek is in such amazing shape for any woman, but specifically a woman her age, and she knows it. And I don't know where she lives, and I'm pretty sure her husband's a billionaire.
Yeah.
She married into the LVMH family, right? Renault, yeah, right, like the big Louis Vuitton family. She's on a boat pretty much all year long. She loves to swim. She's definitely a water sign. And she is always in a bathing suit. Her Instagram is the funniest place on the planet. And if I looked like her, I would do the exact same thing. Oh, and I was married to a billionaire. So I actually think if they have to do like a million covers, this is a good one.
So I would rather have just seen her on the cover.
Yes.
Just one cover. Make a choice. The next person on the cover.
Wait, can you show me them as we go?
Oh, yeah. So this is Salma Hayek's cover. Very beautiful. Like,
no, seriously, she's like a bombshell. That's a great photo.
Next, Lauren Chan.
Let me see. I don't know who that is.
Oh, I was hoping that you would.
No, I don't.
She, if there's one thing SI swimsuit staple, Lauren Chan knows it's fashion. And this model, broadcast host, and former features editor has one stacked resume to prove it.
Wait, did she work at Sports Illustrated?
I don't know. She's a fierce size inclusion advocate and has long been passionately outspoken when discussing her support of sizing availability across the board.
Okay, got it. So like that's her thing. Salma Hayek is like the old one, not old one, excuse me. You know what I mean? They always have to do something size inclusive.
And I thought she was like
what's her name? Lauren?
Lauren Chan. I would have thought she was like a digital influencer.
Like one of the. Okay, I've never seen this girl in my life.
Yeah, where does she like
do her content? She's Canadian. That's maybe why we don't know her. She's the founder of the plus size clothing brand Henning.
Okay, maybe we're not.
Oh, and she's a lesbian.
Oh, okay.
That's what NBC News says.
Another check.
Lauren Chan is the first out lesbian to appear solo on a Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover. That's cool. Really, nobody else has been
crazy.
A lesbian.
But they've done other stuff in LGBTQ. Like I feel like they're
always very inclusive. I'm surprised it's the first lesbian.
But it's like, how many things can you include in 4 covers?
Okay, who's the third?
The third is Livy Dunn, the gymnast.
Oh, she looks great. Like that's like influencer box check.
Yeah, and then the fourth is Jordan Childs, the Olympian.
Let me see. Okay, like the thing is,
I can't believe how excited you are about.
Well, these are all like weirdly good selects. And it's not my favorite photo of her.
Cute.
Yeah, she's so cute, but I feel like they kind of like phoned it in with her cover. Like the rest of them are.
I mean, this is Livy Dunn's looks like a picture from Instagram.
It's a little basic, yeah. I actually really like the selects. I just hate the concept that there are multiple selects. Like, just give us one.
Yeah,
who's the girl of the moment? And like, none of these girls are models. That's the other thing. They're all like celebrities, like famous for other things. Whereas Sports Illustrated, like for many, many years, was kind of like a Victoria's Secret, like a huge thing you would get in your modeling career, and it would launch the career of lots of young models. So it's kind of annoying that, well, you can be a lot of things and a model. None of these girls are models by trade.
I'm never going to be like supportive of 4 cover stars or
I'm
5 cover stars or 3 cover stars or 1 cover star is what I want.
Are you supportive of one cover with 3 people, like the Nina Ogdell one?
Yeah, like an iconic photo on one cover. Yes. And because it's like we don't even get to talk about the photo. Like, you know, it's just about the person on the cover. It doesn't even matter what the picture looks like.
1000%.
So I'm never really going to go for the 4. And I don't even know which 4 people they could have that would even make me be like, oh, okay, this was a good Blackpink.
Olivia, Jackie, Claudia, Margot.
All 4 members of Blackpink.
Oh, that would have been
All
cute
4
because it's
members
like
of Little
cohesive.
Mix.
Because it's cohesive.
That actually would have been so cute.
But like these 4 swirlies don't know each other. They're not connected at all.
No, it's so random.
I
And
know.
now I know you're like, you're being really supportive of each of the women.
Well, I love Jordan Childs. Like, she's a queen. And she did, like, get totally fucking robbed.
And I have no issue with any of these women.
And I've just recently, like, taken interest in Salma Hayek's digital footprint, so it felt, like, very personal to me. And Livy Dunn, like, that's, like, a Xandra. Like, I like when they lean into, like, the young TikTok, because I'm very young and hip on TikTok.
Right.
So, I don't know the other swirly, but, like, love, size, inclusion. Like, there's nothing wrong with any of the selects, but it's not what Sports Illustrated once was. And I feel like every time we talk about this, we sound like grandma. It's like, back in my day. But it was fabulous back in my day, bitch, okay?
No, and we sound like broken records because we say this every year because every year they do the same thing, and it's so disappointing. We can't even remember who was on the... Well, last year there was like 55 people on the cover because it was the 60th. Remember they did like the Jenna Rank group photo?
No, I literally don't remember.
In addition to 4 cover stars.
Oh, sounds familiar.
So there were like 5 covers. I couldn't, and then the year before, who was it? We don't know, but I could tell you who it was when I was in high school.
It was Kate Upton. It was Chrissy Teigen, Nina Ogdahl. It was Hannah Jeter. Oh, we saw Derek Jeter at lunch yesterday. Slay, New York moment. But Hannah wasn't there, so like we didn't really care.
I think this is such a flop. And I'm not afraid to say it, and I really appreciate your positivity.
If I'm talking about it in the context of this new gen of Sports Illustrated, these are good selects. But in the scheme of like what made Sports Illustrated, like why do we care about Sports Illustrated? Because for many years it was this destination. Then yeah, this sucks.
Also, like you want to get your boxes, like put a pregnant woman on the cover. That's what I'm waiting for.
Well, technically, Nina, when she was filming on Paul American, she was like 3 days pregnant.
I want to see a big
stretch
belly on the cover, and there are a lot of those.
You're telling me they haven't?
No, Claudia, I'm always looking out for it. There might be, like I know Nicole Williams from Wags was in the issue pregnant. Mm-hmm. Put her on the cover.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Put her on the cover.
Kind of like a big moment for women.
It's not feeling inclusive.
Right.
That everyone's included except for pregnant women.
It's true. We are beautiful too. Like I love looking in the mirror at my pregnant body.
I'm finding these covers to be extremely exclusive.
That's a fire critique.
And I feel offended.
No, and I feel like each year they do try to top. Like this year we're doing the first, and they keep getting like more specific. So like literally do the first pregnant woman. What's the big deal?
It would be so beautiful.
It's literally not a big deal. Also, have you seen
it's not a big deal.
Have you seen some of these pregnant women who are
Nina
models?
Ogdahl pregnant on the cover
is literally me after lunch.
Would be pargy.
Totally.
So I'm offended. Just so you know,
it's just not. It's not good. It's not iconic. It hasn't been iconic for many, many years. I would say the last like real iconic, and the last one they chose singularly was Camille Kostek, right?
No, she was in a group.
Oh, maybe I just like followed her, so it felt bigger.
Yeah, she was like it felt big.
Yeah.
But I feel like she was grouped.
It's just been years and years of like groups, and it's so because they didn't want to make a choice. Like they had gotten a lot of. I feel like it started because they got a lot of criticism about not being size inclusive. So they put Ashley Graham on one of the covers. Well, it's like, if you're going to be inclusive, just give her the cover. Like, that's it. That's the statement you're making. But they didn't really want to make that statement. So they had multiple covers. And then they got like caught in this thing where they have to have multiple covers.
Yeah, because you can't have one person who is both big and small and old and young.
Gay and straight. No, they got like a little too caught up in being inclusive, so they can't choose anyone now because then it would be like, well, you're saying that's the standard of beauty. It's like, well, no, we just chose someone.
We're finding this beautiful
today
in this second,
and that doesn't mean you're not beautiful.
It's a whole magazine full of women.
Right, open it up.
And you know what? I don't think 4 is enough. I feel like it should be more. I feel like it's extremely exclusive to have 4.
I completely agree.
And they should have 100 covers.
Yes.
Like, what a mess.
Yeah, and also the fact that the covers were released and I didn't hear about it until this moment. And I literally, when I tell you I got home from our lunch and I was on my phone for the rest of the day, like it doesn't bode well for the impact of Sports Illustrated. It used to be, we would like count down waiting for it. Like we knew it was coming. No, it's not giving.
No, it's not giving. And I think the only way, I think they've gotten themselves into this like inclusive mess where they can't represent enough and they're still underrepresenting.
Right.
You just have to rip off the Band-Aid, go back to 1.
Give up.
No, rip off the Band-Aid, just say,
right, never mind.
We're going back.
Control-Z.
And they could have done it for this one because last year they put so many women on the cover for the 60th.
Right.
That now in 61 it could have just been like back to basics.
Right.
Instead we got this. Now, of the 4 cover stars, if only one of them could have had the cover.
Let me see them.
Who would you think should be the one?
I feel like you're going to be shocked, but based on the photos too, right? Like the photos themselves.
Based on the photos, I would say Salma Hayek.
I would say Salma Hayek too. I don't think whoever shot Jordan Childs like really was looking out. Like this is not the best Jordan Childs could look in terms of her hair, makeup, like lighting. This is just not a great photo of Jordan Childs.
Like she's so talented.
And she's on this like dirty rock.
Also,
like they fly to these unbelievable places. Her background is like sea moss covered dirty rocks.
There's 2 gymnasts on the covers.
True. Olivia Dunn's like it's very pretty. She has the blue water, but you're right. It's very Instagram. Like it's not a photo.
I think Lauren Chan's is very Instagram.
I think Lauren Chan's is very poorly lit. Like it's overexposed with the sun in the back. I think, and I happen to think Salma Hayek's is beautiful. Like they're known for their destinations, and she could literally be at a pool in Miami, but in her act, she probably was in her backyard. But I would choose Salma Hayek.
Of these 4, so would I. But I will say, like now, if not that I'm a photography critic now too, but the photos aren't photoing, and I don't think Utsai did all of these. I know he did some of them, but he's like the guy. He shot Alex Earl.
Right, Utsai.
But there were 2 gymnasts, no figure skaters.
Disgusting.
No runners.
Should have been Caitlin Clark. But like she's not a model. Sorry. No, I'm getting caught up in the Sports Illustrated. Like, no, give us models, please. Give me someone I've never heard of. Like it used to be like a discoverability thing.
I know you want Xandra. I know that's your number one.
I would be so happy if Xandra was like, and she is like the most insane Sports Illustrated body. Like
she deserves
she has
it.
Curves and boobs. Like she's sick looking.
So that would be your choice.
Give it to Xandra. Or Turdy, obviously.
Or Turdy. Okay, well, congrats to the models. Are you ready for our next story?
Mm-hmm.
Story.
Mauricio
Umansky is packing on the PDA with a new mystery woman after a different packing on the PDA with a mystery woman at Chateau Marmont.
And like this trope of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills ex-husbands like getting caught making out with girls, and like I'm over it.
I just want to say, I wouldn't find this story to be like story worthy, except did you see this picture?
Of him grabbing her ass?
Of him hoisting her up.
Ooh, that's a
lot for the public. They're waiting for valet.
Well, they also don't know who she is, right? They said like on Mystery Blonde.
Yeah, and we have a picture of her face straight on, and I like, nope, she could be anyone.
Yeah, she really could be anyone.
She looks like a mix of so many people.
I don't like hold a candle for him and Kyle, so like I'm not upset by this. I do think it's like
I'm
icky.
upset by this.
I do think it's icky when you have like daughters that age. Like she looks like she could be about Farrah's age. How would you feel if your father married someone your own age?
And was hoisting her up in the public next to valet parking for $16.
There is a way to be like courteous and respectful in your new life of like your children and your ex-wife who you seem to be on good terms with. And like things like this are not that.
No, every other picture is cute and kosher. Look,
right,
hug
like cozy-licious.
Oh, they're smiling.
A little tushy grab.
This is absurd.
It's the bachelor jump, you know, when you like run to the group date and you want to get there first.
Straddle jump.
So you jump and straddle. It's just not appropriate. He's also an older gentleman. I worry, of course, about his back. Like, it's not nice. As my people would say, it's a look of hood. Like,
yeah. So aside from that, like I would have had no notes about this. Like, Mauricio, do your thing. Kyle's obviously back commenting on Morgan's stuff. And
is she?
Yeah, and it's giving like
back together
again. Miles.
Oh, is that their celebrity name? Kyle and Morgan. What about Corgan?
Corgan.
I like that. That's better than Mile.
Corgan is going a mile.
Yeah, I don't know if Kyle cares. Like, it seems like she did on the season.
I think she cares. Like, I think it's really hard. You could be so moved on, so out of love with someone. I think, like, seeing pictures like this, like, knowing your kids are going to see this, like, knowing the world is seeing this.
Yeah.
I think you care about that. It's not like, oh, I wish it was me.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh my gosh, my life is just out.
So you don't think she's sitting in her bathroom crying, blasting, "That should be me, holding your hand"?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I just think it's like she doesn't like her life being so zoomed in on like this.
I do think it's also only a matter of time before we get like the next set of photos and it's like a double date with Mauricio, PK, and these hot young things.
Mystery blonde.
Mystery women. Even though
ladies.
PK's wasn't mystery. She was like a Big Brother UK.
Right. Amazing Race.
Contestant. Yeah, Amazing Race, whatever.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time calling it now.
Yeah. You know who she looks like a little bit?
Let me see. She looks like Farrah.
Well, she looks like Hillary Duff. She looks like a million people, Piper Pro. But
she does look like a million people.
Like, doesn't she look like Hillary Duff a little bit? And
Did
then
you see
also
Hillary Duff is back in the studio?
Haley Duff. Yeah, but
Haley
I thought
Duff.
maybe Hillary was just there, like, sitting with Matt at work.
Yeah, Hillary Duff, like, tried to make news by being back in the studio. Matthew Coma, her husband and a music producer, like posted a picture of her like alluding to new music. And I just want to say, like, I'm good.
No, I'm all set.
Like, the catalog of music you left us with is enough for a lifetime. Like, thank you for your work. Rest easy.
Yeah. Unless it's going to be a re-recording of how.
We need like an Avicii remix, you know? Like Tiesto get in there. Rip.
I was going to say this woman is the elk of Dorit.
She does look like Dorit.
I just want to say ship. I'll never give up on those two.
Never gonna give you up.
Never gonna give you down. And
you shouldn't give up.
I think if they're meant to be, like, it's still not their time. Things are still too fresh.
Not enough time has passed. Like, literally a decade has to pass. Like, it's kind of like the end of Daisy Jones. Like, they'll finally get together when they both, like, have Alzheimer's.
Yeah, yeah. Good reference, end of Daisy Jones.
Are you Spoiler alert. My bad.
There is at least one person listening to the show
who just got Daisy Jones in the sixth room for them.
In the middle of Daisy Jones in the sixth.
My bad, like 100% my bad.
But we didn't say who.
Oh, true. Right.
Our next story. Zendaya sent Anna Sawai this sweet gift after their accidental Met Gala twinning moment.
Should I call a doctor?
Accidental Met Gala twinning moment. So, as you said during our Met Gala recap, Zendaya and Anna Sawai were wearing a very similar look. I thought there was enough difference.
Distinction, yeah.
But no, they had the same thought that they were wearing the same thing. So Zendaya, classy broad.
Wait, did you see the video of Law Roach on the red carpet, like being interviewed by like Entertainment Tonight or something? But he's like, while he's being interviewed, he's like just looking down at the carpet, like seeing who's coming and who's going. And you see him see Anna Sawai for the first time. So we're getting his like live reaction. He's like, oh, that's so funny. She's wearing like Zendaya's outfit. Like he looked like a little mad, but he kept it together.
Yeah, I saw that video. I maintain like Zendaya is just on another.
She's on another planet. And to be honest, while the outfits were quite literally the exact same like items, right? Like a white blazer, a white bell bottom, they couldn't have been more different.
No, I agree. Anyway, Zendaya sent Anna flowers. So
that's nice because like the overall like rhetoric online was like, well, she looks worse than, like nobody was like, who wore it better? It wasn't even a question. So she like got invited to the Met Gala. Not only did she show up wearing the same as somebody else, like it's a Zendaya, like yikes. So honestly, flowers, it was the least Zendaya could do.
Yeah, Law said, I think people thought there was some kind of disappointment on our end. You know, Anna's stylist, Carla Welch, and I are very friendly. We've known each other for years, and Carla and I talked. Zendaya sent Anna flowers because it was her first Met. But yeah, it wasn't any disappointment. It was two people paying homage to two different people.
Right.
Yoko being Anna's inspiration, and Diana Ross and Bianca Jagger being ours. It just happened, and they both look great, and they're both beautiful women. I mean, I hate the way people try to pin women or stylists against each other. It was just all great. They both look great.
Tell them, Law.
And I just feel so proud that I never did that.
No, I don't think, did I?
No.
Okay, yeah.
I'm saying everyone else did. Like
everyone
slobs.
else, so toxic. We're
so
we lift up
disgusting.
women.
We do in our own way.
In a sort of unique and peculiar kind of way.
We break them down to lift them up.
Right. We make them like the worst versions of themselves so that they can return better.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just like a little bit about us.
So in case anyone was wondering.
Was worried.
But this also confirms me. I wish they hadn't addressed it because then you could be like, oh, you guys don't know anything about fashion. These aren't the same things.
Right. Explain to me how she was channeling Yoko Ono, the other girl, for the theme. Like, how does that apply?
Oh, well, I couldn't
Black
explain
dandyism, Yoko Ono?
I couldn't explain that to you, no.
If anybody wants to sound off in the comments to just make the connection for me.
I'm sure it's there.
Yeah, of course. The thing is, that's the thing with the Met Gala. If you try hard enough, like you can, it's like the meme where you're like doing all the math. You can make an outfit connect to the theme, but if we have to ask so many questions,
yeah,
I don't know that it works.
No. I'm sure that it's there.
Yeah,
We're
for
just
sure.
uneducated.
We are slobs, uneducated slobs.
Mm-hmm. Are you ready for our next story?
Is it 4?
It is 4.
Do you think I'm ready?
Yeah, I think you're ready.
Oh, okay.
Because Shia LeBeouf says Timothee
weird.
Chalamet is doing better work than anyone alive, clearing up beef rumors.
And I didn't realize until this moment that like Timothee Chalamet, sort of like the reincarnated spirit of Shia LaBeouf.
He is.
Even though Shia's not dead.
No, he picked up the mantle that Shia set down.
Yeah, they also look so much alike. They have the same voice. Like you're telling me Shia wasn't in, you're telling me Timothee wasn't in Even Stevens? Like I'm confused.
Or Holes, and that Shia is not in Dune. He should be.
Right, and Shia's not dating Kylie Jenner.
It's really true.
I never thought of the comparison because I don't really ever think of Shia LaBeouf.
No, and like their brand of actor, just like I don't watch Timothee, I don't watch Shia. If he's in something, I'm probably not seeing it. Like we're not the same.
And I was excited to see that Shia was back in the news because then we get the opportunity to say, Shia, Shia, Shia.
Well, days after making headlines with an interview in which he compared his ambitions and reputation to those of fellow actor Timothee Chalamet.
Oh, I didn't even see that. He's really so relevant. Like,
yeah, Shia shut down any suggestion of bad blood on Monday by posting a screenshot on social media of what appeared to be a very friendly email exchange between them. So he posted an email that Timothee sent him in October 2023 saying, subject electric. This like doesn't make Timothee look great.
So it is a window into Timothee's, offline personality.
After having seen Shia's performance in Henry Johnson, which is a play by David Mamet, Zosha's father.
Oh, yes. Shoshana from Girls. A lot of people don't know she's a Nepo baby.
Yeah, she is. So Shia was in her dad's little play. Timothee emailed, subject electric. Absolutely blown away by your work the other night. Totally electric, totally present at every turn. King of your kingdom, even if that kingdom is a miserable 4x4 prison cell. What a fantastic play. I hope you guys take it to New York, and I hope this is the beginning of your work on stage and not an anomaly. Timothee. Then Shia responded, thank you, doggy. Every blessing to you. Fun watching you evolve. Take ownership. Bang, bang.
Now, I did find it interesting that Timothee signed his email Timothy,
Yeah, like
so formal.
With the accent and everything.
Right, and I didn't know if that's what he went by, like, in his personal life. It could have been Tim. It could have been Timmy. It could have been Tom. Tim Tam. So I guess he's so, and it does make sense. He's very serious, that he goes by Timothée.
And how are we Kylie calls him?
How are we meant to pronounce Timothy with the accent? Because if it's not Timothy, what does the apostrophe on the E mean? It's like, Timothée. He is French.
Half.
And I assume the half is the apostrophe.
Well, that's why only one E has the apostrophe and the other one doesn't.
What? Timothée?
I can't
we can't
conjecture on this. I'm saying Timothy. I do want to know what Kylie calls him. Obviously she doesn't, but I feel like she probably calls him like T.
Babe.
T, no, but what, say she has to call across the house or something I
feel like she called Tyga T.
Tim?
Such not a sexy name.
No,
Tim.
it's not. Maybe Timmy. Well, whatever.
But Timmy's also not sexy. You can't be like, hey, Timmy, give me that dick.
Maybe Theo. Maybe Dutaru.
Maybe she calls him sex slave Dora.
Probably. But let's get back to the story at hand. So obviously these two are fine, and Shia posted it with the quote saying, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools. Timothee Chalamet is doing better work than anyone alive. We've been good. So just clearing up the rumors.
That nobody heard.
And I'm not worried about these two, and they are very similar, and I guess there's enough room for both of them.
And there is actually not enough room for both of them because nobody likes or cares about Shia LaBeouf.
No, only one of them is succeeding at a time when we haven't heard about the other one, and vice versa.
Oh, you think the two can't coexist?
Shia was popping off before Timothee came on the scene.
Yeah, but Shia's canceled.
Yeah.
He's a no-go zone. I don't think he gets cast and stuff, and that's why Shia.
What's
Shia,
his big?
FKA twigs. He was extremely abusive, and I believe Margaret Qualley is involved in some because she dated him briefly as well, and she was starring in his short film. Remember that whole thing? It was. I'm not fully versed on I'm
no. It's
the first to admit.
Familiar.
Yeah, he's not that guy. So Timothy, don't respond.
Yeah, I do feel kind of weird reading Timothy's private email.
It is always interesting to see how people who we know peripherally and publicly how they actually speak or act behind closed doors.
It feels like I shouldn't be. It's not meant for me. He sent it to Shia it was never meant for my eyes.
You know what this is reminding me of?
When he sent it, he wasn't this is going to end up on the
public consumption.
It reminded me of Jeff Bezos.
We seriously have the same fucking brain. Yes, it's reminding me of Jeff Bezos too. You see this businessman, you see this nerd, everybody has preconceived notions about him, and then his private text messages get leaked, and it turns out he just wants to get drunk with you. Not really drunk, just a little drunk, and then wake up and read the newspaper.
I feel like I've seriously finally moved on from that.
No,
and I can't go back.
Help. Still at the restaurant.
I can only deal with what Jeff Bezos is doing in the present,
Blue Origin, right.
If I take into account reading the newspaper.
I feel like they're getting married any day now.
They're
I know, a couple of weeks ago they were setting up tables,
Yeah, I thought they were getting married over Christmas. So, like, I've stopped being on wedding watch.
Yeah.
When they get married, and I'm excited for them.
Before you dive into the fifth and final story, let me let you know that the fifth and final story is brought to you by Roback. Jackie and I are big believers in not gatekeeping. Did I say Jicky?
It was a little jicky.
I don't think it was. We are not believers in like gatekeeping when you find something that you love. And right now, what we're loving and living in, Roback. Their stuff, super cute, comfortable, unbelievably soft. And yes, they just dropped something new that we're even more obsessed with. The Era high-rise shorts. So these just launched and they're really good. They're high-rise, lightweight, and super flattering. They've basically replaced every other pair of shorts that you're going to own. If you like to walk, to run errands, or just like you need shorts to exist in because it's so hot outside, they really are that versatile. Also, they just dropped a new color called Birdie Blue in their Sydney Skirt and the Everyday Active Dress, which Jackie and I are big fans of the Everyday Active Dress, and I love a skirt for summer. It makes your legs look like long. Their Birdie Blue is really pretty. It makes your legs look really tan. So the skirt's one of the faves. It's sporty, it's flattering. It's got built-in shorts with pockets and the waistband, which is not talked about enough. It's double knit, so it sucks you in, and it really doesn't budge. The Everyday Active Dress, we've been raving for years, so if you haven't tried it, you're really missing out. It's very much giving that, casual, effortless look, but maybe I just worked out, maybe I didn't. I'm gonna have a sandwich. Use the code TOAST at Roback.com for a generous 20% off your first order through the end of this week. That's Roback, RHOBACK.com. Code is TOAST for a generous 20% off your first order through the end of this week. Roback.com. Today's episode is also brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. So whether you're just starting out, you're managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place and all on your terms. So if you're looking for a website that answers the question, what kind of business y'all in? Highly recommend getting to Squarespace to sort of create your brand identity. There's so many different features that make Squarespace superior, right? Like their design intelligence, which combines 2 decades of industry-leading design expertise with cutting-edge AI technology to unlock your strongest creative potential. Design intelligence empowers anyone to build a beautiful, more personalized website tailored to their unique needs and craft a bespoke digital identity to use across your entire online platform. If you are using a Squarespace website to, generate revenue, to accept payments, Squarespace Payments is the easiest way to manage your payments all in one place. Onboarding is fast and simple. You can get started in just a few clicks and you'll start receiving payments right away. And what's so great is that they give your customers tons of different options to pay. They have popular payment methods like Klarna, ACH, Direct Debit, Apple Pay, Afterpay, ClearPay if you live in the UK. So it's really never been a bad time to get your website up and running. And if you don't know where to start, again, we highly recommend going to squarespace.com. Once you go to that website, you'll get a free trial. Okay, slay. And then when you're ready to launch, just wait. Go to squarespace.com/toast. You will save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. So again, squarespace.com for that free trial. Once you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/toast. That will save you 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Today's episode is also brought to you by Resort Pass. Jax, why don't you tell me a little bit about Resort Pass?
I would love to. I thought you would never ask, my dear coachers, wojers. Resort Pass is the thing you've always needed that you never knew you needed, because you can access the best pools, spas, and cabanas at top hotels and resorts with no overnight stay required. You hear what I said, Claudia? You can go to hotels and resorts with no overnight stay required. You're probably like, how? They won't let me in.
As a financially mindful person, I would ask that question, and you would say how?
resortpass.com/toast, because they partner with 2,000 plus luxury hotels, so there's always a dreamy spot nearby. No membership, no hassle. You just get a pass to the resort of your choice. You can use the pool, spa, whatever the fab amenities are. They're yours for the taking. So with 100,000 plus 5-star reviews, they are here to make rest, celebration, and self-care easier than ever. Resort Pass is so fab for families who want to use little beach access, little cabana, little seaside restaurant, little pool, little kids pool, whatever it is. Have the best day ever with Resort Pass. What if you just woke up one day and said, like, I think
let's have the best day ever.
Let's have the best family day. Like, let's make memories that will last a lifetime. Head to Resort Pass. So,
or maybe you want to leave the family behind and just like go to a poolside bar with a spa by yourself.
Like maybe you woke up that day and said, me. resortpass.com/toast and use code TOAST at checkout for $20 off your first purchase. That's resortpass.com/TOAST, code TOAST for $20 off your first booking. Slayed that one.
Very good, Jackie. I'm impressed.
Very good, Jackie.
No, I literally feel like your teacher. Like, very good.
I think the student has become the teacher. Our fifth and final story is 2 parts of Bravo news.
Okay.
First, I just feel like we need to say
that RHONY.
Andy is saying that RHONY is not canceled, that casting is heavily underway for RHONY. Execs met with 10 potential new housewives last week. He is adamant that RHONY isn't going anywhere. So even though everyone was like ready to be like, well, RHONY, pack your bags, you're done.
It was so believable. Like,
yeah, no, it was so funny.
So sorry. Like, not only was it in like reputable newspapers, it's like the shittiest TV show on the planet with the literally ratings that are worse than my Instagram stories. Like, I didn't even think for a second it wasn't true or possible.
No, and it's like sometimes they'll say like a show is canceled or whatever. It's like, but you love it. So you're like, no, they're just on pause. Like, they'll be back, whatever. But the minute they were like, RHONY's not, we're like, canceled.
Collective bereavement. And like Bethany made a video addressing it, Sonia Morgan. Like everybody was on board.
So
that's how.
It's wishful thinking.
No, that's how it should be. It should be canceled.
He said, after reading a few headlines that claimed that the network had axed the show, he said, quote, I don't know how else to say it. We are between seasons on The Housewives. What's so interesting is last week when I was here, the Bravo execs met with 10 potential new RHONY cast members. This is called the casting process between seasons, and it's heavily underway. Okay, don't be rude. Like we're dumb.
Yeah, like we're dumb. Right? So patronizing.
We can understand that if you met with people.
This is called the casting process. Like we fucking know.
He said that's why nothing.
Andy's attitude check today. Like.
He said, so I don't know what to say. It's really odd. It just keeps going on and on. There you go. Okay, he's like being mad.
Who do you think the 10 that they met with are? Was it you I was having the conversation with about who they should cast?
Yeah, we came up with
some good
really
ideas.
good people.
Danielle Bernstein.
And Melissa Wood Health.
Melissa Wood Health is like super successful and like very, I think she has a really interesting personal life. Everybody knows Danielle from Instagram. She's kind of like crazy. Like she would be great for it.
They both have like big personalities.
And they're close friends.
And they're both like unapologetically themselves, like it or not.
Like it or not. And sorry, they're both wealthy. Like for me, that's the bar. And they are real friends like for years. I think that if you took that group maybe and some peripheral friends who we don't know who are wealthy and interesting too, that would be cool.
Yeah, I thought that was a good select, especially Melissa Wood.
Yeah, she has such an interesting story too, right? She was like a cocktail waitress. She met her husband who like owned the bar where she was cocktail waitressing. He ended up becoming like one of the biggest like nightlife. He is one of the founders of the Tao group. Tao group.
I didn't know that that's how they met.
Yes. And then she built her own like empire, Melissa Wood Health, which is like online fitness.
Yeah.
People love, like she's an influencer. Everybody loves her. Like she would be great for like bringing people to watch. And then I'm sure she has very interesting friends.
But even like the videos that she posts on social media, I think people like really clown on her because they're like
very meditative, like
a little
preposterous.
Spiritual. But that like people's opinions of her don't stop her from being who she is, which I think is the exact ilk of a good housewife.
Having like a really strong identity and like sense of self.
Like, and I like who I am and I know who I am. And even if you don't like it or you think it's like silly or goofy, like I'm still going to be this way. I'm not going to pretend to be perfect and normal or what you think is normal.
So, but it sounds like they're not entirely scratching the new gen cast because like some of the OG housewives like Erin Leachy and I think Sai were like posted Andy's response being like, we're still here. And it's like, we actually do need to wipe the slate clean. Everybody's got to go.
Okay, so I'm sure they're going to keep one or two because otherwise then it would be like
for nothing.
Accepting that it was a failure.
I do think they should keep Erin. And I think when we talk about like people who should be on the show, we're talking about like, you know, even Melissa Wood. I'm sure like Melissa Wood knows Erin or they've met before. It's not like such a social stretch. Okay. I think Erin can stay.
I think Uba and Bryn can't stay, right?
Bryn is gone already.
After last season.
But Bryn's already left and I don't think Uba was right for the Housewives.
And Uba was like caught, she had a bad last season, right?
No, lie. That's Bryn.
I think Uba was involved too.
She was involved, yes, but Bryn was the one with the big lie.
Okay. Jessel, I think, has been marred in like feeling like she shouldn't be on the show since by the way, this is coming from someone who's never watched, but I know there were allegations against her that she moved to New York for the show.
No, so with Jessel, like she had a rough start and then she became the hero. Like New York Times wrote everyone, and I think a lot of her hero-dom is extremely unwarranted, and a lot of it has to do with her husband. Like people like him, he's like funny and weird. She's got to go. She's got to go.
Okay, great. So you're saying Sai...
Jenna Lyons has to go.
Oh yeah, Jenna Lyons is gone.
So Sai on the first season was trying so fucking hard. Like it was actually painful to watch. Like you respected how badly she wanted the show to work, but like my God, pretend.
Play it cool.
I do think she ended up like getting better. I think she has potential. If I had to keep one more, I would keep Sai. And her and Erin are actually friends.
Okay, that's good. And I know we like Erin, but as far as the show,
she wasn't like a big pot stir, but she was a really good like a narrator almost. She's very sound of mind.
Okay.
And you need someone who can like talk to the audience like in a real way.
Okay. So we'll see.
Yeah.
It will be fun to watch the casting process and then like see what they decide.
Yeah, but they did this 2 years ago and it wasn't fun.
No, but
like who they ended up with,
even
we were
when
like,
it was
who?
like Jenna Lyons and Rebecca Minkoff, I never thought that was like a good idea, but it was just interesting that that's what they would do.
Yeah, they went down the wrong path. It's not too late. Turn it around. Let's start again.
Yeah. And then also Valley news reporting that the Valley is going to be hit with a big cast shakeup ahead of season 3 as the new episodes are suffering the lowest ratings yet.
Oh, really? Of course. Like once I joined, everybody stops watching the show. Meanwhile, last year, everybody was like, please watch The Valley.
Apparently, the most recent episode of Vanderpump Rules spinoff, The Valley, hit an all-time low in viewership, bringing in just 390,000 people when the show aired on Bravo last Tuesday.
Yikes.
Well, that's live. That doesn't account for like on demand and
No,
whatnot.
but for Bravo, that's bad.
Yeah, the number marks a decline from the previous series low record, which was set the week before.
Oh, no.
Due to numbers dropping week after week for season 2 of The Valley, Bravo will apparently be making adjustments if the show comes back for a 3rd season. I think it will come back for a 3rd season. They're franchising it.
And I think it really...
You need to give these things a little time.
Yes, it has potential. And so a cast shakeup like would be good. Except I don't know that like the cast is the issue. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think that if I had to, I enjoy the show and I'm
Me
watching
too.
week to week, so I'm not like someone who's like tuned it out. But I think if I had to imagine why the show is not like as popular this season, it's like a lot of the core drama is Michelle and Jesse, and they're just not that interesting.
Or like we really don't know them.
We don't know them. It's not entertaining. Like,
And this was my thought from last night's episode, and you guys are not going to like it, but like it's way uninteresting without Jax. He's fucking crazy.
yeah.
We're all talking about him. We don't see him. And they did a flashback. I'm like, oh, yeah, Jax was on the show. It was better when he was on. Like, he's a crazy person. He's a perfect reality star. He's toxic. He's terrible. From an entertainment perspective, like, he is a big get for the show. He's like a pull. And him and Brittany, too. And so, you know, I don't know how we deal with that.
Yeah. So I think that's more the issue. It's like there's drama and there's a good cast. And sure, you could shake it up in the sense that like we need Lala and Sheena, we need them now.
We need them now.
And we need like less Zach. But I would say like taking off like Zach is not a cast shake
Jasmine.
I would say we're moving away from the Jesse and Michelle drama would be a cast shakeup and perhaps what's right for the show. Even though like
even though they're the only people bringing it.
and I
so,
think
like,
I want to support Michelle like as a woman. Like I just want the best for her. I also just don't think the show is the best for her. I don't think she's meant to be on reality TV, and I think it's contributing negatively to her life.
And actually, last night's episode, like, obviously, we're always talking about Jesse and Michelle, but it really, for me, it wasn't about them. Like, the episode was so boring until the very end, where like 2 things happened. And
What's that setup of the episode? They're still in Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara. They go to a winery. The bus breaks down. They have to go back to a gas station.
Oh, right. Danny comes in.
Danny comes.
Danny's home.
Then they go to the winery and whatever. And like, it's all so boring until they get home. And they're obviously just been drinking all day. Danny like drank a lot at the winery to sort of catch up because he was a couple of hours late because he was working. And then they get home, and I guess in the pantry there are no cameras. So Danny like runs into the pantry, and I think Janet sees him. He's just chugging straight up from a bottle of tequila, like hiding it, even though everyone's drinking. Like, what's the big deal? I mean, Jesse woke up that morning after his like big drama the night before, right? He woke up and was like walking around the house with like a glass of Sauvignon Blanc. He looked so lame, and everybody was like, "What's with the champagne?" Like, so it's like this isn't a group where you have to hide your drinking. Everybody's blackout. So
I feel like he's hiding it from Nia.
So, but yeah, okay. So they have a chef come. Danny falls asleep. She tries to wake him up, and it's like one of those sleeps where like he could be dead.
Yeah.
So she goes to dinner, and there's an empty chair next to it, and everybody's like, "Where's your husband?" And she's like, "You know, he's so tired. Like he worked, and then he drove all the way out here, and like the winery." And she like wouldn't acknowledge like he's sleeping because he's blackout, not because he's tired and has 3 kids.
Sorry, I love her.
Yeah, no, okay. So it's like not a big deal. It's just something like you would talk shit about your friend behind her back, being like, "Why couldn't she just say like her husband's
like
drunk?"
I understand. She's a pageant girl. Like she just is not going to say it.
So they acknowledge that it was very pageanty of her. But like Brittany and Jasmine are getting so mad at this, and I'm like, okay, you losers need to stop. Like, because Brittany's like, and I get what Brittany's saying. She's like, I like come out, I bleed out,
Of
like
course.
I'm talking about my kids and my husband, like, and you can't just acknowledge that your husband's drunk. Like, who gives a shit? Like, be real. She was saying for the show, but like, be real. And so I get why she's like annoyed, but like they're getting so bent out of shape over it. Jasmine, it really is the one who made it a thing, and they're like talking shit about
I just
Nia.
want to say, just because you've aired out all your dirty laundry on television, like
1000%.
doesn't mean that the rest of us have to. And like you protect your husband, like
Yes.
that's an admirable approach. I don't even. By the way, Nia protecting Danny, that is Nia being real. That's who Nia is. Like, and but we all have eyes. We could see what it is. I don't need you.
And he didn't do anything bad at the
winery.
winery.
Like, stand up and then be like, my husband drank too much. Like, why do you need to?
No, but
like,
Jasmine's really trying to make a connection between this incident with her girlfriend and
right.
which, by the way, was 1 year ago. like they said, it keeps saying, like it was literally a year ago. She brought it up on camera 2 weeks ago to like resolve it, and she brought it up again now. So I don't even know if she was necessarily bothered when it happened, but like she wanted it for the show. So she's trying to make a connection between like his drinking. Look, she's hiding his drinking and this incident with her and her girlfriend where they flash back. I guess they filmed it, but didn't make it like a real scene. He was super apologetic. He was like, I'm really embarrassed. It's like not who I am. I believed him. But like Jasmine doesn't want to let it go because it's like really what like brings her into the storyline. So she's just like trying so hard to like make a connection. And so Nia like puts her ear up to the door and she hears Brittany and Jasmine like talking shit. And she just goes in there being like, what's your fucking problem? Like, just because your life is falling apart, like mine is too. And I have to give major shout out because I feel like we're really hard on Kristen Doty. She was the only one being like, who cares? He probably is tired because he has 3 kids and he's drunk. She literally was holding space for 2 things. Her and Luke were like were the only ones not wanting to like dog on Danny for being drunk. They were just like, I mean, he did drive like 3 hours here, 3 hours back. He did work and they have 3 kids. Yeah, and he drank. Both things can be true. And like, who cares? Like, they were the only ones being like, why are we talking about this?
Yeah.
Like, it's literally, it's not a thing. It was so fucking losery. I was like, it was the first time I've ever been like, Brittany, stop. Yeah. Brittany, I can give more lenience to because she's obviously going through a lot. And so she's like not making the right decisions always. And they're all so drunk. They've just been drinking all day. And like, you look around the house, I don't even think they like highlight how much these people actually drink. Like so much alcohol.
That's so crazy.
I know, because they're like old.
Yeah, and their parents.
Aren't they hung over in the morning?
And I guess also like without the kids, like they can drink like they used to, but who would want to? Like if I had the 2 days off, like I'm working on me. Mm-hmm. I'm filling up my tank, not depleting it.
So it was the Danny thing, and then what was the second thing that happened? I think like maybe that was it.
Michelle and Jesse?
No, but the thing is, the reason that Nia found out that like Jasmine and Brittany were talking shit is because Zach told her. Because he was like, well, you know, Brittany thought she should tell Janet what I said at Jax's bar. He was like waiting for his moment. And honestly, I was like cracking up. He's so like transparent, but I loved it.
He's so transparent.
But like somebody needed to say it because Nia wouldn't have known. But it's like, you claim that's your best friend. Like, you're so lame. Like,
that is hysterical. Was Benji on a stick there?
Benji on a stick did not show up, which is probably why the episode had record low ratings, if I had to guess. It was a bad episode. Like, I'm making it, like, my recap's hilarious, but, like, my recap is funnier than the episode.
So, where do you stand? Like, do you still support Nia and Danny? Like
yes.
Through and through?
Like, they are not toxic. Of course, they're not perfect people.
Yeah.
But, like, they're trying to make it, like, the group is trying to make it seem like they have a lot of problems that they're hiding from us. I don't think they do. I think they're a regular couple. There's, like, a scene in The Sprinter where he's at home and he's about to leave to meet them. And she's like, wait, go back to the house. I need you to pick up a few things. And she's, like, yelling at him. She's being, like, such a nasty bitch wife. And everybody hears her and they're like, and she's like, sorry guys. And I think they're trying to make it seem like a conspiracy. There's like something going on in this house. I think they're just regular people with like stress and jobs and kids. And like, it's honestly probably like more relatable than it is toxic. It's not, they're trying to make it a thing.
No, and I definitely think that she is someone who likes to have a sheen of perfection over everything, yeah. But that's also like the pageant girl in her. And I don't think she pretends to be otherwise. But it's like, just because she's acting like everything's perfect doesn't mean that actually below the surface it's awful.
Right.
It's probably just not
It's
perfect.
real. It's real.
Right.
You have 3 kids living in an apartment. Like, it's hard.
Right. Go back to the house and give me my thing.
Yeah, she's like, I'm your wife. Go back to the house. She was it was extremely real. Like, honestly, it was the closest I've ever felt to her, you know?
I know. I seriously love them.
Yeah. Tomorrow we have a Summer House recap and another Pargilicious show.
PGLS.
Correct. Thank you guys so much for listening to the
Pigless.
The Millennial Morning Show, where we live the fast-paced story you need to every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as podcasts and our podcasts. We found on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Google, I can't have the breath.
We love you so incredibly much, and we
So
can't
much.
wait to see you tomorrow. Love ya.
We'll be dreaming of it every minute.